Hey, what's going on? Eric Bach here with the Bach Performance Physique Coaching Program. And today I'm going to help you simplify fat loss once and for all. If you're somebody who tends to get bogged down in the details, you jump from diet to diet, workout to workout, and can never find a long-term sustainable plan, this is going to be something you're going to want to hit like, you're going to want to comment, you're going to want to favorite and save it to make sure you come back to this lesson. You see, when it comes to fat loss, there are certain things that you should focus on while blocking out the other noise, because if you don't focus on these big rocks, all the other details are more or less irrelevant. So let me show you my art skills for 1 second. Come back to that in a moment. What we have the big rocks of fat loss. Now, I want you to pretend in one hand, you've got an empty mason jar. Other hand, another empty mason jar. In front of you, you have big rocks and then you have sand. If in this hand, you fill up sand and little pebbles before you put in the big rocks, there's no room for the big rocks. However, if you put the big rocks in first, then you can get a lot more overall volume, more sand, more everything in to each container. So when it comes to fat loss, this same principle applies. As you can see, we have big rocks for fat loss, caloric deficit, sleep and stress management, workouts, weight training, eating whole foods, above all else, consistency. On the sides, we have the sand, we have the little details, supplements, number of meals, carbs versus fats, meal timing. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of this. Think of the big rocks, the things that are going to be most important. When it comes to fat loss, far and away, the number one thing that you need to focus on is creating a caloric deficit. There are many ways to do it. You can eat with, a carnivore plan, fasting. You can eat 6 meals per day. All that matters, only reason these things really work is they create that caloric deficit first. Number 2, that'd be 4, but 2, you need ample protein intake. When you have about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, you provide enough protein to both feel satiated, full, and to prevent yourself from losing your biceps when it comes to dieting down. Number 3, sleep and stress management. Did you know every single physiological process, all your hormone levels, mental processes are all improved by getting enough sleep? So stop looking at hormone boosters and all these other supplements, and instead focus on getting enough sleep, and you're gonna make better progress than any supplement could ever give you. Number 4, eating whole foods. When you're eating foods that are minimally processed, it's much more difficult to overconsume calories. That's why they're so important. Weight training. Your exercise, when it comes to dieting, when it comes to fat loss, it shouldn't be focused on trying to burn as many calories and be sweating, out of breath, and all that stuff. What it should be is focused on basic compound strength movements to hold on to the muscle that you do have, because that's going to help you keep your metabolic rate elevated. And then above all else, you need to do these things consistently. You can't be on 5 days and off every weekend and wonder why you're not losing body fat. At the end of the day, it comes down to being in a caloric deficit consistently and training on a regular basis. So, what about all the other details? What about supplements? What about the number of meals? What about carbs versus fats? What about meal timing? Well, these things do matter, but they don't matter until you focus on the big rocks first. So don't get bogged down in the details, and instead run through the checklist and make sure you are focusing on the big rocks, the most important things that are really going to help you transform your physique. And trust me, if you focus on making sure that those key elements that I phrased as big rocks today are part of what you're doing, you're gonna find fat loss so much easier. It's gonna help you be consistent and finally look great naked without living in the gym. All right, so questions, comments, if you want me to go deeper on any of these key points, make sure you do comment on this video. And if you want me to customize a coaching program to help you lose fat and look great naked without living in the gym, and most importantly, develop the skills to be able to keep this best body that we're gonna build, head to bachperformance.com/coaching, fill out a short application, and we'll hop on the phone and chat. All right, thanks again, have a great day.